What's up, guys? It's Brian here, and today we're going to be talking about low point control in the short game and some simple exercises to help you make sure you get it right. Okay, so what exactly is low point? As you can see here in this swing in my really poor drawing, the swing is somewhat circular, and the bottom of that circle is what we would call the low point. We can reference the low point's relationship to the golf ball and to the ground. The first issue that we're going to talk about is the low point getting too low. In this example, you can see my knees bend excessively, but also my chest could fall forward, my arms could punch too down, etc. And what's going to start to happen is I'm going to start to get too much ground. But also, interestingly, as I move the low point down, the initial contact with the ground moves backwards. And then this could circle back around and cause other issues. The next issue we might see is not touching the ground because the low point is too high. When this happens, we're not going to see any turf interaction. The ball is going to shoot off of the face and then just roll along the ground with no spin. Next, the low point can be too far back. We're going to catch the ground before the ball. This will slow efficiency and lower spin. Also, it could add loft, again, taking away efficiency and making it harder to judge distance. If the low point is far enough back, it can turn into another thin shot where the club skips off of the ground and hits the ball on the way up. And finally, we have the low point being too far forward. In my experience, this is one of the rarer misses. Often it has to do with planar issues or tempo issues or a better player, better athlete compensating for something that's not working. But just like the low point being too high, this is going to result in bladed shots that shoot across the green. For our drills, we're going to be using a driveway reflector that you can find at a hardware store next to the mailboxes and whatnot. The first version of this drill is we're going to be working on depth, whether you're a person that's getting too deep in the ground or isn't touching the ground at all. We're going to set up to the middle of the stick and try to make a few passes where we just kind of skip off the top of it. We're not trying to dig, we're not trying to miss, just nice light taps. And then step into a ball and try to take that same feel into hitting the golf ball. Next, we're going to be working on moving the low point forward. Set the stick up like you see here with the tip kind of near the back of the stance. Take a few swings where you go from off of the stick onto the stick by moving low point forward, and then step up to the ball and try to repeat the same thing. In our final iteration of this drill, we are going to be working on widening the arc as to hit higher shots or to ensure that low point doesn't get too far forward. You can see here I have the stick set up reverse of what it was last time. I have the club starting in front of the stick. I take it back, and then I'm just trying to nip the tip of the stick as I go through. I still want to feel like the low point is at the golf ball and not bottoming out too much behind. And then I'm going to step up and hit repeat. One final piece of advice before I leave you. If you do use these driveway reflectors, especially after you've beaten up on it, I would pick it up and handle it by the reflective tape at the end. Otherwise, you can get some little annoying splinters in your hands. But that's it. Hope the drills help and it makes your chipping and pitching better. Thanks.